Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio's The Incoherent Ramblings of C&E. Christopher and Eric are your hosts, coming to you live from Greensboro, North Carolina, as we do every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our intro music is provided from the Podshow PodSafe Music Network. Check it out at music.podshow.com. Also, feel free to email your topics for discussion, suggestions, and comments to incoherentramblings@live.com.
This is Christopher.
This is Eric.
Today is June the 25th, 2009. Broadcasting live from the Greensboro, North Carolina, internationally famous C&E Studios.
With our mascot, Bella.
Hanging out here in the room with us.
Yep.
Couple fans out hanging out back.
Perfect day for tailgating. If you missed the fun, it's not too late.
No, it's not.
We have several fans outside tailgating.
Couple grills going.
Couple grills going. Getting ready to start up another one after the show.
Yes, we are. We'll fire up the grill. If you would like to call into our show, feel free to do so at
646-716-6928.
Or you can go to Blog Talk Radio /Incoherent Ramblings.
Or you can follow us on Twitter, or you
Yes.
can listen to past episodes on Facebook or MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
And best but not least, you can
iTunes.
We
are part of the Steve Jobs, universe.
Yes.
We are on iTunes.
You can subscribe.
It's free.
Anytime a show comes available, automatically downloads to your iPod, so you can listen to us while you're running in the park or riding in your car or
commuting on a train.
Whenever the mood hits you.
Exactly.
So
that would be good. I mean,
we're readily accessible.
Yes, and it's free. That's how giving we are.
That's right. We don't charge you.
No,
we could make millions. We could retire tomorrow if we started charging for all these downloads, but no.
Other shows
that's the way
charge
we are.
99 cents per episode.
No.
No. It is free of charge. To get this quality of entertainment for free is unheard of in today's world.
We'll pay you to... No.
Seriously, no. We need some listeners. We'll pay you to listen. We are well integrated technologically.
Indeed.
All the social networks, I should say. There are a lot of social networks I've never even heard of. When I was looking out how we could,
if you haven't heard of them, how do they exist?
I had not heard of them.
Okay.
And it didn't really matter that I had heard of them because I couldn't tell you the name of any of them right now.
Right.
When you go to Blog Talk Radio and you go to publish the player like we have on Facebook and MySpace, there are all these other. I'd never heard of them before. Like Friends, I think one of them.
You know how to make them popular.
Oh.
Put our show on.
Then Facebook will become the new MySpace.
Exactly.
That's what will happen.
If you did know the name of them, we mentioned them on the show immediately.
Yes.
It'd probably give Facebook a run for the money.
It probably would. There's like 12 or 15 of them on that list. I had heard of MySpace and Twitter and Facebook. The other ones I had not heard of until then. And Friendster is the only one I can remember. The other ones. There's a ton of those social networks. But Facebook is the pack lead.
Well, that's the only one I actually frequent.
So we are on Facebook. Twitter is all the rage. We're there. And MySpace is the trailer part. I'm sorry. Is the blue collar version of Facebook. So I'm not a big fan of MySpace, but it's there.
I've never been on Twitter, but I assumed it was more like a lazy man's.
Twitter really is there's not much to it. You can follow, you can be followed, and then you can twit. 140 characters or less. That's it. On Facebook you can write a novel. You've got pictures, and on Twitter you can
keep up with people, what they're doing, that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook. Well, I have been not really complaining, but I've been voicing my concern that it's been hard to find some good stories, good feeling, good-hearted stories.
And I came unprepared with any good.
You didn't have any today.
It was my idea to bring the good stories to our show, and today I didn't bring one.
Right. I found 3 this week.
Awesome.
The first one, I'm just going to tell you now. Get some tissue. It's a tearjerker. I cried the whole time I was reading. No, this is no joking matter. It's a very sweet story.
Awesome.
10-year-old with cancer couldn't go to the theater, so the studio brought DVD to house.
Huh.
This is for Up, the Pixar Disney.
I've seen it.
Okay, it's in the movie theaters right now.
Yeah.
It won't be available for DVD until probably Christmas.
Right.
They brought the DVD to her house.
Awesome.
She died after viewing the movie.
No way.
Yes. I went ahead and just gave it away right there. Let me kind of, I won't go into the, it's a fairly short story. Huntington Beach, California. Colby Curtin got her final wish. The 10-year-old girl desperately wanted to see the new Disney Pixar movie Up, but the cancer-stricken girl was too sick to go to the theater. Thanks to a family friend, he got in touch with Pixar and said, hey, friend of family, their 10-year-old kid dying,
right.
Sick with cancer, and she really wants to see this movie. She's too sick to go to the theater. Colby's mother, Lisa, said she asked her daughter if she could hang on until the movie arrived. I'm ready to die, but I'm going to wait for the movie. Up is an animated tale of a grumpy old man after his wife's death tries to fulfill their joint dream of visiting South America by tying thousands of balloons to his house and floating away. And I believe the old man is played by Ed Asner.
Yep.
And I am very interested in seeing the movie. I think it looked
I enjoyed it.
It looked fine.
I didn't find it as sad as some of the people who watched the movie and read about it later, but I enjoyed it.
I thought it looked like it would be a fun movie, though. Is it not? Is it sad?
There's some sad moments in the movie, not quite to the point. I listened to some people reviewing the movie recently, and they were saying how they cried through the whole thing, and how it was more of a sad movie than an upbeat movie, and blah blah blah. But I thought it looked fun. Megan enjoyed it personally. Yeah. So when I watched the mother, this is the mother talking. She said when I watched it, I had really no idea about the content of the theme of the movie. I just know that the word up and all these balloons, and I swear to you, for me, it meant that Colby was going up to heaven. Colby was diagnosed with vascular cancer in 2005. She saw previews for the film in April. It was from then on, she said, I have to see that movie. It is so cool. But the girl's health began to deteriorate. On June 4th, she asked hospice to bring a wheelchair so her daughter could go to the movie theater, but the chair was not delivered over the weekend. By June 9th, she was too sick to go anywhere. Another family friend, Carol, called both Pixar and Disney, and the message was received by Pixar officials who agreed to send someone to her house with the very next day with a copy of Up for a private screening. The employee arrived with a DVD, stuffed animals of characters, and other movie memorabilia. Chloe was unable to open her eyes. She was so ill. She was unable to open her eyes to see the movie, so her mother described the scenes to her as she watched. When her mother asked if she enjoyed it, the girl nodded. The Pixar employee left after the movie, taking the DVD, which has not been released. Lynch, who was with the family during the screening, said the employee's eyes were welled up with tears. Colby, with her parents nearby, died later that night. Wow.
Her mother said one of the memorabilia left by Pixar employee was an adventure book based on a scrapbook that in the movie is kept by the wife of the main character. I'll have to fill those adventures in for her. So, I mean, I know the story ends on a sad note, but I thought that was, Pixar and Disney could have been ignored her altogether. Or they could have sent like a balloon or something to her house or whatever.
Right.
They actually sent an employee there with a DVD to watch.
Right.
And literally, just in time, it was the last thing she did, and then she died. So,
I think that's a great story.
A sad ending, but I thought that was very commendable by the studio to make that.
And what timing? They could have waited 2 days and been too late.
Exactly, because
they sent somebody the very next day.
The very next day.
So that really is. That's fantastic.
I think that speaks very highly of them.
But yeah, I would say that movie it had some sad parts in it. Well, you know Disney, they can kill a mother in a heartbeat. You know, like Bambi and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But his wife dies after, shows. It doesn't just start off with the wife dying. It shows them meeting at a very young age, growing up together, passing on their dreams, and the wife getting sick and dying, and the old man, never leaving the house, and the city growing up around him. And
right.
It was, I enjoyed it, but it definitely had some sad undertones.
Sure. So anyhow, there's I thought a very positive story to a corporate America, and even more so Hollywood, making a very kind gesture. Should I go ahead and do all the good stories?
Let's do it. That's how we normally do it. Okay. I wish I had something to tribute with you, but I don't today.
Here's something. I'm a big baseball fan. I have several friends. I know, Eric, I know you do enjoy baseball, but I have several friends that, think baseball is slow and boring, and they like football and basketball, but they think,
we haven't been to the Grasshopper games in a while.
No, well, we would just get, we wouldn't be able to handle the throng of fans that would be around us.
Right, that is true.
It would be a bit overwhelming.
We go incognito.
We might have to do that. But here's a cool story. Puerto Rican man throws out ceremonial ball in salute to Negro Leagues. Emilio Navarro still has some accuracy, but not the range. He is 103.
Holy smokes.
Here we've got a picture here. He was the leadoff hitter of the Cuban Stars in 1928.
Wow.
1928. He's 103 years old, and
he doesn't look a day over 100. No, I'm sorry. he really does look good for his age.
I mean, if I saw this gentleman, I would think he was old, but I would not say this dude is 103.
70s tops.
I mean, 70s, maybe 80.
Right.
But looking spry, nice suit, a bright red, vibrant shirt, nice tie, and they said his accuracy was spot on.
Wow.
He's believed to be the oldest living professional baseball player. He threw out the first ceremonial pitch between the Athletics and Padres game on Saturday night. He was a guest of the Padres as part of the team's annual salute to the Negro Leagues. He made the throw on the fly from about 25 feet to Padres utility man Edgar Gonzalez. I think I'm in heaven now, he said in perfect English. The rest of his interview was done through a translator as he spoke in Spanish. He was the shortstop and leadoff hitter for the Cuban Stars of the Eastern Colored League in 1928 and hit .337 the following year, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
He was elected to the Puerto Rico Baseball Hall of Fame in 1992 and the Puerto Rican Sports Hall of Fame in 2004. Other people were there that were honored as part of a handful of people.
Right.
And also Mammy Peanut Johnson.
Well, so was Willie Skinny Legs Blair.
Yes, he was. But Mammy Johnson was one of just a few handful of women who played in the Negro Leagues.
Wow.
So I thought that was a pretty cool story. This dude is 103 and still spry enough to go out and throw a pitch from 25 feet.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That is good.
I'm sure that was pretty much the highlight of his latter part of his life, being honored like that.
I've watched a couple of the Red games the last couple of nights.
Oh yeah?
They've lost both games. I should stop watching.
I know you and Marge Shaw are personal friends. How's she been doing?
Smoking one a day.
Smoke them if you got them. And the last story here is about a Michigan teenager.
She was big on the Negro Leagues too.
Oh yeah. She's a
big supporter.
Yes, Marge. She's all about equality.
Yes.
Maybe she's like Andrew Dice Clay. Maybe she just treats everybody in a hateful manner. I don't know.
That's true.
But yeah, Marge. She comes from a different era. She really does. Her players respected her.
Yep.
I mean, Kenny Griffin Jr. praised her.
Yep.
And when asked about her language, he's like, my paycheck clears, I don't care. Seriously. So anyhow, here's on to another good story. This boy overcomes scoliosis and cerebral palsy and raises $20,000 for a camp that he's very fond of. He's 14-year-old. He's from Michigan. He did.
I'm always knocking Michigan because I'm a big Ohio State fan. But I've noticed, I think a lot of our goodwill stories have come from Michigan.
They have.
They really have.
Yeah, they have. So they're doing something right up there.
Maybe it's honestly, getting off track here, not to interrupt your story, but maybe it's because they're hit so hard economically that sometimes the worst of times bring out the best of people.
Yes.
So maybe that, I don't know. I just noticed that.
They are struggling up there.
They are.
The whole state.
Yeah.
And Detroit has really got it bad. This kid, he's 14 years old. He completed a 4-day, 100-mile trip in his wheelchair. No motor. I mean, I read it in a different story. There was no. It's a powered wheelchair.
Oh, that's cheating. Would it do blow a straw then? That's terrible. I'm sorry. Come Oh, that's free to see.
Hey, Bernice and Joy, tell everyone which power wheelchair got you to the Grand Canyon.
I'm around. Now I'm free to see the world.
With
and now back to
the Hartfield story from Michigan. I'm sorry. Not to be a little boy yet.
It was in a power wheelchair, but he has scoliosis and cerebral palsy. Right. I mean, he
earned $20,000. So regardless of how he got there,
exactly,
it's that alone is worth mentioning.
Exactly. Bay Cliff Health Camp, a nonprofit therapy and wellness center on Michigan's Upper Peninsula, the UP, to the locals, where children and adults with physical disabilities. He has cerebral palsy, cerebral palsy, whatever, and scoliosis, and says he has been going to camp for 6 years. He started out at Rapid River, at the northern tip of Lake Michigan, near his home of Isabella, and on Saturday reached the camp on Lake Superior. He told the Daily Press Escanaba that it felt great to complete the trip in his powered wheelchair. But raising $20,000, good for him.
Absolutely.
So we actually had some stories that had, some kind of good feeling thing to them.
Absolutely.
So that's a good thing. So now we can not be so serious. And,
one of the funny stories that we're probably better known for.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's our fans. That's why they listen.
Right.
They want to hear good news, yes, but they want to laugh.
Right.
And they know that we bring pretty much a constant theme of laughter to our show.
Indeed.
Based on the feedback from our tens of thousands of listeners and growing daily. So actually,
no longer doubling daily.
No, well, I mean, there becomes a point to double daily. You can't. I mean,
there's so many people in the world.
I mean, if you're at 100 listeners, tomorrow you have 200 listeners. That's feasible.
That's great. That's a big deal.
Yeah, but if you're at a couple 100,000, you can't expect to go to 400,000 in one day. It's just at a point it does slow down, but still growing by leaps and bounds.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. As you look out here at our
tailgaters are still here.
Yeah, they're still here.
Some of you braved the rain.
Yes.
We like our fair weather fans that are out there right now.
Exactly, because it's beautiful.
Because it's beautiful. It is lovely here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes.
But it's hot.
It's hot, but I mean they've
got some cool refreshments.
There is some shade a little bit from those trees, and the sun is going down, so the temperature's slowly dropping. It's not so humid, so but they're out there grilling, drinking some beverages, So and they're waving. They're listening to us. I don't know. They must have like a laptop, and they're probably hacked into my wireless.
Right.
To listen. But nonetheless, we salute them.
Absolutely. We should provide them free internet. We are.
We are. That's how they get online. They're hacking into my wireless. Yeah. And they're not hacking in because I gave them the key. Indeed. Nonetheless, we actually have a story. Are you going to share the story, the one you have there on top?
About the monkey?
Yeah.
All our listeners, our loyal listeners, know that we have stories every week. We try to have stories about monkeys just because we like monkeys.
We do.
And we like to have the audio to go with them.
Yes.
Okay. We like stories about hovering around. our mobility, our experts of choice.
Yes.
And those types of vehicles, which you had one about the wheelchair, which I know was unintentional. But it played along well. We may have another one here that works close to it.
Right.
We like stories about old ladies and drunk driving.
We also have a tendency to like stories about irresponsible parents, but specifically irresponsible mothers.
Yes.
That really seems to be a theme.
We've had some irresponsible ones. That one you had that one time was
yes.
pretty terrible about a father.
Yes. And so and about the guy that he ate his son's eyeball.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, Lord, together. I'm not even Catholic, and I think I need to go to confession.
We like German stories.
We do like German stories.
Yes.
We do. We like German birthday stories.
Yes, we
or
do.
Celebrities from Germany.
Or celebrities from Germany.
Exactly.
So
we keep it themed.
Well, today I do have a monkey story.
No, and Eric, this is amazing because I have a story as well. It doesn't happen often. We may have one story that overlaps, but it doesn't happen that often.
Right.
But we both had a story, and we had a listener, not from Zambia, where the story is from, but a listener, one of our listeners from Senegal, sent us some that she recorded it from her radio network over there.
Right.
And she emailed us audio from the story you're getting ready to read. So we both have the story, and we have audio to go along with it.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's great.
It is.
It's wonderful when a plane comes together.
Yes.
Well, this story, as you mentioned, comes from Zambia. The Zambian president, Rupiah Bandi, was peeved after a monkey urinates on his jacket.
Yeah, I heard he was kind of pissed off.
A monkey urinated on Zambia's president, Rupiah Banda, on Wednesday during a press conference at the Southern African nation's State House. You monkey have urinated on my jacket, he said. But probably not the English that he used. I think in Zambian it's said differently.
Right.
He softly sneered at the monkey. Banda, who recently won re-election, seemed a bit peeved as he paused and looked up to see the animal playing in a tree just above his chair. Perhaps these are blessings, he said, continuing his address, amid laughter from the audience of journalists and diplomats in presidential offices in the capital. Several monkeys have played around the grounds of Banda's residence and his office. There are many species of antelope and birds in lush grounds.
And then the last sentence there?
About the Secret Service agents taking, he basically released the Secret Service agents' fury on this monkey.
Yes.
And I think the audio we have will show what occurred next.
Exactly. There we have it.
Let that be a warning to the monkeys in Zambia.
Exactly.
Who have, weak stream or froggy stream. Be careful where you aim it.
Exactly. You pee on the president?
This might be the fate that you're faced with.
Exactly. Because, if I were to go pee on our president, I'm sure that I'd be taken down by the Secret Service.
Absolutely.
That's just disrespectful.
It is.
And
you know better.
Yes.
I think that monkey knew
better. I think the monkey knew better than to pee on the president.
Right.
Who was kind enough to allow him onto his estate.
Absolutely.
And wander around with the antelope.
Lush grounds. And then you just don't treat your host that way.
Even if it's not lush, but when it's lush. Maybe the monkey is a lush and had to go really bad.
Alcohol is related to a lot of our stories. I don't think it was involved in this one.
Well, it's funny because you had that animal story.
Yes.
I have that story as well. I also have the rest of my stories. 4 of them are animal related.
I have 2 more that are animal related. I think another one of ours overlaps.
The one about pigs?
Yeah.
I'll let you take that one, and I'll shut that one down right now. I still have here. I have one.
Okay.
Down under. We had a call a couple weeks ago from a listener in New Zealand. Well, this is close.
Very close.
In Australia.
Yes.
I did not know this. I knew that opium was grown legally for, morphine and other opiate-related medicines.
Indeed.
I did not know that Australia had like 50% of the market.
I didn't know either.
I would have thought it would have been like Laotia or Vietnam or Thailand or one of those countries, because of the climate.
Right.
However, in Sydney, wallabies snacking in Tasmania's legally grown opium poppy fields are getting high as a kite and hopping around in circles, trampling the crops.
They're getting
crop circles.
They're getting all hopped up.
Yes, they are. The Attorney General told a budget hearing Wednesday that she recently read about the kangaroo-like marsupials' antics in a brief on the state's large poppy industry. Tasmania is the world's largest producer of legally grown opium for the pharmaceutical market. And this is a direct quote, "We have a problem with wallabies entering poppy fields, getting high as a kite, and going around in circles. Then they crash. We see crop circles in the poppy industry from wallabies that are high." I just thought that was funny. And it goes on to tell about a manager for one of the two Tasmanian companies licensed to take medicinal products from poppy straw told the newspaper that wildlife and livestock, including deer and sheep, that eat the poppies are known to, and I quote, act weird. There have been many stories about sheep that have eaten some of the poppies after harvesting, and they walk around in circles.
Rick Rockcliffe was
Rick
quoted
Rockcliffe
as saying, "Bat means no."
And then here's where I was going on that
say no.
Tasmanian supplies about 50% of the world's raw material for morphine and related opiates. About 500 farmers grow the crop on 49,420 acres of land. Mm-hmm. We have some live audio from some of these livestock, too.
Oh, yeah?
That was a sheep walking around in circles.
There you go.
They asked him for a comment, and there it was. I just thought it was a funny story that, here's some crop circles, and we actually know that it wasn't aliens. It was these little wallaby, which are kind of cute little creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting hopped up. That was a good one. So there's my.
I've got a story about animals.
Okay.
This involves a dog in Berlin.
In Germany.
We like our Germany stories.
Yes, we do.
So, a dog who happened to be his birthday lives in Berlin. A dog in Germany shot by a drunken man with a gun. I guess he was shot. You'd think the man would have a gun. But a dog in Germany shot by a drunken man with a gun took swift revenge by biting off the end of the man's nose, authorities said on Monday. Police said the armed man was snooping at night in the yard of a house in Straßengarten in northern Bavaria when he shot the Bernese mountain dog from point-blank range.
Wow.
Before the birthday dog collapsed, the dog leapt at the 39-year-old man and bit off the end of his nose, a local police spokesman said. Bleeding profusely, the man called the police, taken for treatment to a nearby hospital. His motives for being in the yard were unclear, police said. Doctors removed the bullet from the dog's shoulder and discharged it from a clinic after an operation after singing Happy Birthday.
So the dog's going to make it?
The dog survived. The operation lasted several hours, but that was a pretty good outcome for the dog on his birthday.
It was the dog's birthday?
Dog's birthday.
And this was in Berlin?
This was in Berlin.
Well, I'm glad that he being shot. I mean, a Bernese mountain dog is a large dog.
Yes.
But being that it was his birthday, I think it's only fitting that we play our happy birthday song.
I think it was absolutely very fitting, and absolutely fitting for the dog to bite off the man's nose.
Oh, he should have bit off something else.
Well, there you go. Well, we should see what happens.
Oh ja, schaut, sing es kurz und auch mal lang und alle singen, welch ein
There we go, to the birthday dog.
Absolutely.
Standing up for dogs all around, getting shot, biting off the perpetrator's nose.
Indeed.
And we that will satisfy some of our listeners that request that song every week in and week out.
Yes.
We have named it the Creepy Happy Birthday Song.
For good reason.
Because it is quite creepy. We're on an animal thing.
Yes, we are.
This one animal story right after another. This one got my attention. It's not really that funny. I just found it interesting. It's out in Longmont, Colorado. Police have confiscated 53 baby birds from a 15-year-old boy who apparently took them from neighborhood nests and stored them in his bedroom. I don't know.
As a kid, I never had that impulse. That's interesting.
One bird, if you found it, like out of the nest, maybe, but 53.
Were the eggs that he confiscated or birds?
Actual birds. Like
wow.
Little, like chick.
Right. Hatched.
Yes. They couldn't fend for themselves. Police believe that he had them for at least 24 hours. Authorities confiscated them on June 16th after his mother realized he had them and called animal control. He and some other children in the neighborhood have been trying to feed them with little success.
Gummy worms.
Yes. The birds included barn swallows, sparrows, and a bluebird. I wonder if they were African sparrows or
European.
I don't know. 40 of the birds died. However, 13 of them are recuperating at a local wildlife rehabilitation center in nearby Boulder. They are expected to survive. The boy had no explanation for raiding the nest. He was ticketed for cruelty to animals and interference with wild birds. Tiny birds have to be fed every 45 minutes and kept warm so their digestive systems don't shut down. Basically, the kid didn't know that it was illegal. Colorado law allows people to transport injured or sick wildlife to a veterinarian or rehabilitation center, but it's illegal to try to care for wild animals yourself. Every once in a while, we get animals from people who mean well. They don't know it's illegal to do it themselves. So, I didn't know it either. I found it to be an interesting story, and I guess probably most people are trying to figure out why did he have 53 birds in his house, in his room.
Right. This year, I guess it's on topic, I had a nest of a robin's nest in a tree outside my office window. So I got to watch this bird, keep the eggs and that kind of stuff for some time, month and a half or whatever. And then when they hatched, I got to watch the bird feed them constantly. Like you said, like every 45 minutes, he's back with something. He's feeding these things. I mean, it was probably more often than that. It was insane. And then one day they were gone. So I guess it was a very short time frame from the time they were hatched to the time they left the nest.
It doesn't take long.
It doesn't take long. So he must have timed it just right to be able to find 53 of these things around his house.
That's crazy. I mean, that was some effort.
Yes.
And it's not like he was killing them or whatever. He was actually caring for them, trying to make sure they were taken care of. So I'm thinking it's not meanness. I'm thinking maybe there's something wrong. Maybe there's.
Well, I don't know. It's just an odd. I mean, that's kids.
I don't mean like mental. I don't mean like really wrong. I mean just like maybe a little odd, a little different.
Definitely odd. I've never had that impulse to.
Yeah.
Go collect 53 tiny birds and try and take care of them. But hey, teach his own.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you feed them? Bacon?
Bacon. That's what I'm thinking.
Speaking of bacon.
If it's warm.
Yeah. If
it's warm, then it helps keep their digestive tract warm.
Bacon and eggs, great for little.
A lot of people don't think Ace Ventura movies are funny. I happen to be a big Jim Carrey fan. At the beginning of one where he's like climbing up the side of Mount Everest or whatever, there's a bird and his mom's not there, and Jim Carrey forces himself to vomit and feeds it to the bird. And my favorite quote of the movie is like, "Here, little fella, that ought to tide you over."
Let me ask you a question.
So Jim Carrey, maybe this kid's going to grow up to be like Jim Carrey.
There you go.
You never know. He may be a future
pet detective. Pet detective.
Pet detective.
A future Ace Ventura.
But you said we could feed the baby birds bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an excellent idea. I love bacon. I know you love bacon.
Oh, we love bacon.
Yes, bacon is one of
our listeners know we love bacon.
Yes, bacon is.
I think we did let our listeners down, I believe.
Yes,
because we have not posted yet our picture of the bacon.
We have not received it yet.
Famous
our official photographer, in his defense, had a major.
A fairly major operation.
Fairly major, not major, but.
And then he skipped town.
Yeah.
Again.
He was out. The surgery was like 6 hours long or something.
Right. That's a serious.
That's a serious surgery. Right. And then after he recuperated a little bit, he's flown the coop.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't have.
We're like traveling all across
the world.
United States. Yeah.
Yeah. The
last update I got, they were Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming. Yeah. So at some point, hopefully, we'll get the pictures of our bacon week.
Right. So, speaking of bacon, I have another story about pigs.
Pigs.
Speaking of animals and bacon.
Feeding them apple? They make bacon.
That's like Jim Gaffigan. The ultimate recycling. Turn an apple into bacon. Like the perfect machine. Anyway, truck carrying 90 pigs overturns on interstate. Hogs, instead of cars, populated I-430 northbound Monday morning after an 18-wheeler overturned. At 4:30 Monday morning, an 18-wheeler flipped on its side, sending its cargo of 90 hogs onto the freeway and into the woods. For Terry Wyatt, of A1 Recovery, this is a situation he's never seen before. The trailer had several of them pinned in there. We had to get in there, pull the gates out, and brake and release it for them to get out. The job was so big, the Livestock and Poultry Commission was called out to help round up the pigs. We come out here, and the pigs were scattered up and down the interstate everywhere. We had to get our four-wheelers out there and gather them up, said Harry. This little piggy went to the market. Once the interstate was shut down, traffic backed up for miles. When the news was broken to the driver, John Newton, he said, "Oh, there's got to be a mess. Go Razorbacks." Oh, that's got to be a mess. Go Razorbacks. Unfortunately, at least 20 of the frogs had to be put down. 20 of the hogs had to be put down because they were injured in the crash. Something Terry thought he would never have to deal with so early in the morning. I hate seeing the animals suffer like that. We had to get them out of there and put them down, said Terry Wyatt. That's going to be a mess. That's a mess, Newton said. 8 hours later, the wrecking crew finally got the mangled rig upright, and the crew rescued another trash pig. The pigs were on their way to market. When the driver of the big rig lost control. The driver was treated and released from the hospital. He suffered from minor injuries. Anyway, that was the story. So I'm glad they were able to put the pigs down. It's terrible they had to put pigs down on their way to market.
Right. So, I'm not really seeing how that's so sad. They were ready to go be slaughtered.
They rescued the pig so he could be slaughtered later.
Wow. Thanks. Wow.
Anyway, we need our bacon.
We do.
And ham. And pork chops.
Pork chops taste good.
Pork chop taste.
Bacon tastes good.
There was I don't watch it, but Homer Simpson, what's that show?
The Simpsons?
The Simpsons, yeah, the Simpsons episode where they were talking about pigs to Homer, and he's like, yeah, there's some sort of magical animal out there who makes bacon and ham and pork chops.
That's on the movie, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was in the movie. I just remember.
Yeah, I think it was I saw that in the previews of the movie. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, oh yeah, I like that.
That's a sort of magical creature.
Oh, that's funny. Well, to keep with our theme of animals.
Yes.
Here I have 334 bunnies.
Wow.
In 1 yard.
Wow.
So, I mean, we thought 53 birds was a lot. This lady, there might really be some kind of mental issue here. A New Mexico woman with an affinity for rabbits has run afoul of the law after her rascally pet started multiplying like, well, rabbits.
Big nasty teeth. It's a foul beast.
The police said Monday that Nancy Haseman was cited under an ordinance that allows 5 pets per household after an animal control officer found 334 bunnies hopping around in her yard. The officer spotted the animals last month after a neighbor complained about rabbits eating her garden. The lady says her husband rescued a rabbit 12 years ago after a neighbor abandoned it. Then the couple began rescuing more bunnies. She said they kept the males separate from females, but the males hopped the fence, and things got out of control. The couple hoped to help the animals. Rescue groups have found homes for about half of the rabbits.
The police, armed with a holy hand grenade of Antioch,
thou shalt count to 3.
Thou shalt not proceed to 4. Thou shalt not count to 5, and 6 is right out.
I need to get that.
After thou shalt count to 3.
We really need to get that audio.
3 has to be the number that shall counted 2. One, 2, 4, 3. Oh!
Do yourself a favor. If you have not seen Search Your Holy Grail, wait until you're in the mood to see pure foolishness, and then watch it. And if you've never seen it, watch the whole thing. If you have seen it and haven't seen it in a while, you can fast forward through the little animated cartoon bits because I don't find them humorous.
No, they are.
Most people would recommend just going through those. Looking at it after seeing it the 438th time that Eric and I have, and if you're watching it with someone like we have in the past couple of months, with someone who's never seen it before, we're left kind of scratching our heads saying, actually, it really isn't that good.
Yeah.
But if we watch
I used to watch a lot in college when I was in the right frame of mind.
Right. But if we had watched it without a person that never seen it before, we'd have been cracking up the
Yes,
whole
we
time.
would have.
Because we would have been worried about them thinking, why are they laughing?
What are these idiots laughing at?
It's not really that funny overall, but there's a lot of really good one-liners.
Right. We've already used several of this show today, and we haven't watched it in years.
Yeah. Well,
maybe 8 months.
Once in months, but then it's been years since
Before that.
it.
Yeah.
The last time I saw it was at your house.
Right.
Actually, no, I saw it at the Carolina Theater about 4 years ago on the big screen. You were unable to go that night.
That's right.
Prior obligation.
That's right. That's right. I would have loved to have seen it there, though.
Yeah, and it was great because everybody there was a big fan, like us. Everybody was quoting it just like us, and everybody was like yelling and screaming and laughing. It was like it was like a merry band of idiots. It was great. It really was great. It's a great film. So do yourself a favor. Be in the right frame of mind for just pure foolishness. Because if you're not, you're going to be like, this. Not only you think it's not funny, you'll think we're crazy.
Right.
So, but
you may think already.
You may. But we would recommend it.
It will confirm their thoughts.
Yes. So, do you have a short story to share with us?
No more animal stories.
I don't have any more
animal stories.
I do have one about a bad mother and one about a deputy vomiting on people.
Oh, I got to hear the deputy vomiting on people.
Would you like to hear that?
Well, if you only got, I'll tell you what. I'll talk about my firefighters.
Okay, and then we'll follow it up with a deputy.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
There you go.
We're going to the service people.
Yes.
The people that service us. Put their lives on the line.
Yes. Firefighters called to own station blaze. Firefighters at Waipahua. That's got a lot of consonants in it. In Hawaii.
You mean vowels? Consonants? I don't know.
Vowels. I'm sorry, vowels. A lot of vowels. There's as many vowels as there are consonants, that's for sure. Yeah. Waipahua. What was it, the comedian I heard talking about when they name stuff in Hawaii? What did you do? Hire a stutterer to come out here and name things and then tell them to hurry up? Anyway, in some city in Hawaii, firefighters in some city in Hawaii left food cooking while they were out on a call and caused an embarrassing blaze at their own station house. Fire Captain Terry Seelig said firefighters left food cooking when they responded to reports of a traffic crash May 22nd. They received a second call on their way back from the crash to put out a fire at their own station. The firefighters at the station are very chagrined about it, Seelig said. It goes to show that no one is immune. Seelig said unattended cooking is one of the top causes of fires locally. The fire's cause was attributed to unattended cooking. We are like everyone else, need to be careful and attentive when cooking. The fire caused about $25,000 worth of damage to the station house. He said the kitchen was previously scheduled for renovation and the damage has already been repaired. So, anyway, I thought that was good.
While they were out serving others,
mm-hmm.
they had to go back and take care of their own house.
Exactly.
Well, here's a police deputy. I found this story. It was ironic and also amusing. Fargo, North Dakota. Minnesota. North Dakota.
What Dakota you say, eh?
Authorities said a Stark County deputy was arrested with his mother after the deputy vomited on people at a Kenny Chesney concert in Fargo and refused to leave. Police Sergeant Mark Lycan said 26-year-old Justin Cromer and his mother Susan, whose husband is the Ada, Minnesota police chief, were jailed on charges of disorderly conduct and resisting or obstructing an officer. Lycan said Justin Cromer was asked to leave the Fargo Dome about 11 p.m. Saturday after vomiting on people in front of him, but he refused to do so. Lycan said the 47-year-old Susan Cromer pushed police officers. She is the wife of the police chief, Wade Cromer. Their a listed number was disconnected and a message left at his office was not returned.
So I've never been kicked out of the Fargo Dome.
No, I've never been to the Fargo Dome. Well, he is a sheriff deputy, a shepherd himself.
Right.
His father is the chief of police in the town in which he resides.
Right.
His mother is an adult and married to the chief of police. They should know better than this. And they don't say that he's drunk, but we have to assume that if he were sick on his stomach, he would have not been belligerent.
It could have been just that he had partaken of too many concessions during the show. Nachos made him sick. He got out of his system, and he didn't want to miss the show.
Maybe he said, I paid too much for these tickets.
That's right. Kenny Chesney does not go to Fargo, North Dakota very often.
No, he doesn't.
And if you want to see Kenny Chesney in Fargo, North Dakota Dome,
yes,
then this might be a once-in-a-lifetime event.
It might be. However,
is it illegal to vomit on somebody in public?
I'm having to think.
Are you going to be asked to leave if you vomit on somebody?
I have to think. The story does not say, but I have to think that he was drunk, because if you vomited on someone and you were like, hey, I'm sorry, and they're like, hey, no problem.
It happens to me all the time.
Exactly.
Oh, news breaking story.
Oh, what happened?
To hold the presence, Michael Jackson has died.
What?
This is what you get here on the show.
We are trendsetters, and we bring you, I'm speechless.
Are you sure that this is accurate?
Michael Jackson, well, he was rushed to the hospital. Now he's confirmed dead. The king of pop, a man who although he is quite,
oh my goodness,
although he is quite odd, I have been very fond of his music for most of my life.
Should we have a moment of silence for Michael Jackson dead at 50?
I think we should at 50. Yeah. Okay, there was our moment of silence.
Wow.
We can't even be prepared. He just died.
Do you know what caused it? What they?
He has died at the age of 50 after being rushed to the UCLA Medical Center. Los Angeles Fire Department Captain Steve Ruto told the LA Times that Jackson was not breathing when paramedics arrived at his home and CPR was performed. TMZ reported that he may have suffered cardiac arrest. He's been, and here's the thing. I don't know if you know about this, but he's been set to do a residency in London in March 2010. From July 13th, running all the way to March 2010.
A series of comeback concerts in London.
Yeah,
July 13th.
50 concerts. They sold out in minutes after going on sale in
wow.
March. We're talking. Okay, we're talking about, if you look at most albums of all time, if you look at the list, there's two people at the top. It's Elvis Presley and the Beatles. Those are the two. They over 1 billion records, or what? I mean, 1 million records. A billion, excuse me. Then the very next tier is, I can't remember all of them right now. I know Michael Jackson's one, Frank Sinatra is another, but and then it goes down to the third tier where there's maybe about 40 or 50. Still a very impressive album sales. So, I mean, we're talking about the number 3 all-time album seller ever.
Wow.
750 million albums, 13 Grammys. That's crazy. Of course, there has been some dark times in his life. There's been questions and allegations that we won't go into here. He's had numerous changes physically, cosmetically, but nonetheless, I mean,
I'm stunned.
Crazy successful career, and only 50 years old. Not an old man.
No.
Whatsoever.
It never seemed to look unhealthy.
No, it looks odd. Obviously, where he's obviously ashamed of who he is and try to change and become to a different person. Nonetheless, a very talented person. I mean, one of the largest concert I've ever. Now I know there's been larger concerts, but the largest thing I've ever witnessed with my own eyes on TV. He was in maybe the Czech Republic or somewhere in Eastern Europe. I don't remember the country right now, but somewhere in Eastern Europe, and they were at like a town square, and it looked like, at the Vatican when the Pope comes out for Mass, and it's just like there's billions of people. That's how it looked.
Wow.
And I think there was something like, I don't remember the numbers, 250, 300,000, I don't know, but it was just a sea of people. And he was up on the stage. It was crazy. I mean, this is big news.
It is big news.
And here we are breaking it next to the LA Times and TMZ. We're right up there with them.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing you cutting edge news.
Yep.
I feel unprepared. I don't have any sound clips or audio or anything to commemorate because it literally just happened.
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett died too.
Farrah Fawcett did die.
Is that today too? Was it?
Yes. No offense to her. It's not really the same level as far as fame or popularity or whatever. But yes, Farrah Fawcett of many different things, but Charlie's Angels, I think, kind of really brought her to the forefront with Kate Jackson and the lady, the Kmart lady. I can't remember her name right now. Jacqueline
Smith. Yeah,
Jacqueline Smith. All three beautiful women.
Yes.
Farrah Fawcett has also died.
I had her poster when I was a kid. Farrah Fawcett's poster.
Is that the poster from Shawshank? At the very, very, very end?
It is. I think
the very last one.
Yep.
I think that was her. She was like the Amazon woman or whatever.
Yep.
And like the loincloth.
No, that wasn't that one then.
That wasn't it.
No.
You know what?
I know what you're thinking of. That's not fair in that one. I can't think of who that is, but that's not fair.
Okay. Well, anyhow, she has passed away. Not to besmirch her and her family and the loss there.
You can't find any MP3s of Michael Thriller or. We should play something.
We only have 6 minutes left in the show, and I don't have time to do the conversion and upload it to our. I don't have time to do that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Next week we will try to have some kind of commemoration for now the late great Michael Jackson. Wow. And that was sent in by a listener. Yeah. A listener just said, "Hey, you know what? This is breaking news. You need to share it." I don't know.
Wow.
I like Michael Jackson.
I do too. I like some of his music. That was
a huge fan. I mean, on American Idol this year they had Michael Jackson week. And I know a lot of people like the young man that won. I don't dislike him, but I was disappointed that Adam didn't win. That's when Adam won me over.
What song did he do?
Black and White.
Black and White, yeah.
And I mean, he just crushed it.
Yeah,
it was kind of like I didn't feel offended that he had covered the song.
The winner the year before, what was his name? David Cook?
Yes, David Cook.
He did. Was it Billie Jean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you would never even know that was the same song, and that would just also blew me away. That's when he won me over.
Right.
David Cook the year before. So.
I'm not same way with the Chris that won this year. I'm not I don't dislike David Cook. I just really wanted, I guess,
David Archuleta.
Yeah, I wanted him to win because I was blown away by his.
He had a major raw talent.
He was so good at such a young age.
Yeah.
But that's not. I'm not saying David Cook isn't good. I was disappointed in what happened there. But David
I think
Cook,
at the end, David Archuleta, all of his songs sounded the same to me.
Right.
David Cook was definitely, you can't argue, he was definitely original.
Right. Yeah, he was.
So.
But my point I was going at there, he recently had a concert in Carrboro, North Carolina, very close to here, at a very small venue, but it sold out in like 2 minutes. David Cook. I thought that was kind of neat that he was doing the small, because a lot of them go do the big arenas, and he's doing the smaller, more intimate concert venues. And I think
that's probably that's fitting better.
Yeah, definitely. But I thought that was very cool of him because he could ride that train for a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. So,
my remaining story is just pale in comparison to Michael, so I'm not even going to try.
I'm not. I had a one about the Mother of the Year award. I'm not even going to go there.
I had one from Greensboro, but I'm just going to say that stuff for next week.
Yeah, we I think just
what's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
My favorite Michael Jackson song. It really depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Generally, for the sheer, just like the rocking aspect, I am very fond of Black and White. I really am. I like it musically. The lyrics, whatever, but musically, I'm quite fond of that song. And if I'm feeling like I maybe want to come over to your house and watch Rudy or Flash of the Titans or whatever, then the Free Willy song, I really like it. I thought it was very well done. I don't know the name of it, but it was on the Free Willy soundtrack, and it was one of those like emotional, inspirational type songs. And I kind of like that song, but
when I think of Michael Jackson, I just always think Thriller because that was when I grew up.
Right.
Kind of a.
I like Thriller. I like that. Sure, I like those.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of ABC from the Jackson 5. I think it's a fun, upbeat, kind of fun little song.
It's scary that he could die at such a young age. I'm sure. I mean, I know that his lifestyle is different than everybody else in your typical 50-year-old.
Right.
But he never seemed to look unhealthy to me.
I'm not saying that he did not partake of certain things that would shorten your life, but he's not one like a Steven Tyler. Steven, while he is sober now, he self-admittedly abused his body with drugs and alcohol for many years.
Right.
I'm not saying Michael Jackson has never done that, but there never have been stories in the media about Michael Jackson overdose of this or caught with heroin at the airport. We really haven't heard those stories, and he certainly has the finances to provide himself with top-notch medical care.
Absolutely.
So, wow, I mean, I'm just trying to think of things to say about Michael Jackson. I don't know. I don't want to go into the next. There are jokes about him. There are some people that were turned off by some of his allegations, but that were coming out. But to this point, they are all just allegations. We believe that there obviously had to be some foundation behind it. But on the flip side, maybe he's very, very charitable.
Yes, he is.
Giving money and assets to many different children charities, and we do know he had an unfortunate childhood, as all of his brothers and sisters did.
Right.
All being abused on different levels. Not to make excuse for any wrongdoing, but Michael Jackson dead today, June the 25th, 2009, at the age of 50. Elvis was the king of rock, and Michael Jackson was the king of pop. And Elvis's offspring was married to Michael Jackson there for a while.
That is right.
Wow. Well, that's it. We're out of time. We thank you for joining us.
This has been Blog Talk Radio's The Incoherent Ramblings of C&E. Christopher and Eric are your hosts, and we would like to thank you for listening to our show today. Don't forget to tune in for next week's show, live from Greensboro, North Carolina, as we are every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Did someone actually say